Guys, what is up and welcome back to another episode of Road to Rare. You might be able to tell from the smile on my face, but we finally got our first win of the season and it was in one of the best competitions you can get it in. We managed to win the $20,000 Champions Special. Let's look at the lineup that managed to do it. In today's video, we are going to be opening up our rewards, looking at the teams that we managed to get some decent rewards with in the midweek in the Champions League games. We're going to take a quick look at our return on investment update because I haven't done it for a while. And then we're going to be finishing off with our lineups for the upcoming game week. So guys, starting off with my best cash finish, even though I managed to finish first, this was indeed the best cash finish I managed to get. Champions Specialist Limited, unfortunately Edison conceded quite early on against City, so only managed a score of 50. Nonetheless, we managed to pick up £42 thanks to Florian Wirtz hitting a 93 with a goal, Luka Modric getting an assist for 88 points, Harry Kane only mentioned 70 points, I thought he could do better, and Akanji picking up 67 points, considering they managed to concede. That is a pretty good score. Into lineup number 2, this was the Champion Limited in-season mix. So this was the one where you had to hit 400 points and you managed to win yourself a part of that £20,000 jackpot. Manuel Neuer conceding late on, but nonetheless didn't hurt our efforts. Grimaldo with an assist. Well, I thought he had an assist. From there, looks like he didn't. Still, 77 was a solid score. Michael Elise, no decisive, but banging in a score of 84.8. And of course, he was my captain. Vitinha having an average game, and Ousmane Dembele nearly picking up 100 with a hat-trick against Stuttgart. Moving into the rare team we had for the 15,000 special. So all we had to do was hit 440 points in this one, and we got a share of that jackpot. We had a Real Madrid team with Pedri in there. Rodrigo, once again, week after week, smashing a 100. He is on absolute fire at the moment, and I hope he keeps it up with Vinicius coming back. Getting us 170.5 points with the captain bonus. Almost getting like a good 40% of our score. Courtois getting an insane score, 90 points in goal with a clean sheet. Rudiger only picking up a 60, Valverde 65, and Pedri 42. But the team that you guys have probably seen over on Twitter that managed to get us our first win of the season, we managed to score 587.07 points, which is one of the highest scores I've ever seen. It's going to be the highest score I'll ever get. I said that before, back when I got 6th place in this similar competition with 568, but this score was absolutely huge. Starting off with Courtois with the 16.5% bonus, getting a score of 104.6. Hakimi getting a decisive before he was took off, and he also had the clean sheet bonus before Stuttgart managed to get one back, picking up 83.8 points with the bonus of 92.6. Kimmich early on had 100, managed to get an assist, and with the captain score, 164.5 points. So a solid captain choice there. I could have gone for any of them and I would have been happy with it. Bellingham picking up a goal with the bonus and everything, 108.8 points. And then Rafinha, another 100, 2 assists, picking up 116.5 points. The closest person to me, it doesn't show it on here, was about 10 to 15 points away. With my collection bonus on all of these teams, I managed to pick an absolutely insane lineup. And let's get into the rewards that we got for coming first place. So guys, let's get into the rewards, let's claim them and see what we managed to get. We managed $42, 6 limited boxes, a mystery signed jersey, which I'm hoping is from a good Champions League club. Let's get that open. Unfortunately, we can't see the cash. So although I know I have a large cash balance at the moment, currently selling a couple of bits out, which you'll see on Tuesday's episode. We're going to go to my Sorare and see how much cash we did pick up from the split. So transactions, cash wallet. So as you can see from the rewards, we managed to pick up £42.30 in the special. 2 lots of £8.53 for managing to get first place, which obviously I'm happy getting the signed jersey, but the 1.5 grand that you usually get for coming first would have been absolutely massive for the series. But, you know, you take the £8, we can't complain. And then we pick up £40 from the rare, which we don't mind either. It all helps and it all goes towards the budget. Let's get into some boxes and see if we can get anything good. We're going to start off with the rare one. I think I need 5 essence from this, which I don't even know. So there's a 4% chance of 5 essence, 1% chance of 20. We are currently on 17 essence, so we need an absolute miracle. We're probably going to get a market credit or a level up, something that we don't need. We managed to get 5 essence. I've actually never been happier about anything in my life. We can open a tier 5 rare craft, so the chances of us getting a star is 0.5%, tier 1 1.5%, and a tier 2, they're kind of the players you want, 5%. We're going to look at the competitions. So La Liga 40%, Premier League 36%, and then neutral 22%. Let's get this open, and fingers crossed, we can just get some luck. We haven't had much luck recently in the limiteds. We get a 35 serial number, which means you know it is going to be an awful card. An English defender is going to be from Nottingham Forest. I can't even think who that could be. And we get Harry Toffolo. That is an absolutely shocking player, but we do not mind it. It's just a craft, and you get what you get and you don't get upset. Let's continue with the limited boxes. I was definitely more excited to see the essence than I was to see the card that I got from the 20 essence pool. But that's what you get when you try and craft 20 essence. We managed to get £4 market credit. From the champion specialist, what else can we get? Can we get enough essence? 3 limited level ups. I always love limited level ups. That's my favourite thing from the midweek competition, is getting the level ups, because they make a hell of a difference to all my players, just managing to level them up. And also, keeping them for next season might be a play. We get 5 limited essence there, so we're up to 15. Let's get into our lineups for the weekend. So guys, after that absolutely insane result, hopefully we can match it this week. We have 20 lineups. I forgot to set my training teams, but we still have some great teams. Obviously the training teams wouldn't help us with some cash rewards anyway. There is another special on this week, which is the Super Clash. There is, I think, 20 games or something like that. You can see the matches down below. Well, you can only see the 2 that are actually part of this squad. But there is a pretty cool prize pool, and there's only 2,400 entrants, and it's paid down to 400th. So that's about a 15-16% chance of getting in the cash rewards, and it starts at $5 if you can get up to 400th. And then up top you have $800 for first place, which is obviously what we're going for. The first team we have is Edison and Gvardiol in goal. And then instead of going for a straight up forward, we've gone for Declan Rice and Odegaard. I didn't have many players for this competition, so there's a couple of teams where I've had to put City and Arsenal together. And then we've gone for Ryan Cherky up front. Then into the next team that we've got for this, we have gone for Unai Simon. Pretty nice fixture against Betis. Obviously away is not easy. Then we have Fiato against Wolfsburg, De Bruyne and Haaland against Arsenal, and then Saliba in defence. Obviously, once again, as I mentioned, not the smartest play, but that's all we had. And then into the final team, we have the Marseille boys of Rulli and Bellerdi. And then we have gone for Foden, Akanji and Nico Williams up top. Now moving on to our Premier League teams, we still somehow managed to have 2 teams in Division 1. Obviously there's a lot of entrants, there's 529 and it pays down to 80th place, which makes it quite hard to get in the rewards. But obviously we're always going for that $1,500 at the top. Team 1 has Alisson Becker and Trent, a very hard game against a really on form Bournemouth. Trent we've gone for captain in this one. We then have the Newcastle boys of Guimaraes and Alexander Isaac. Once again, also a very hard fixture against Fulham. Hopefully Newcastle can perform there. And then we have Bruno Fernandes against Crystal Palace, who you never know how United are going to do. Some weeks they do pretty well. Some weeks they do pretty bad. Then moving into our second Division 1 team. This is my favourite team for the weekend. On Sorare data, it had a pick score of 100. We also had a Bundesliga Division 1 and La Liga Division 1 team that had a pick score of 100. So hopefully that can materialise into something good. My best goalkeeper matchup this weekend for me was Jordan Pickford against Leicester. Pickford's been keeping a lot of clean sheets, especially against top teams. They're at home. Leicester are not a team that scores loads of goals, but obviously need points to get themselves out of the relegation zone. But hopefully Pickford can keep that clean sheet. And if the likes of Liverpool do concede to Bournemouth, then obviously that is going to give me a bit of an edge against everyone using full Liverpool teams and Alisson. Then in defence, we have Virgil van Dijk. If he can get a good score, but Liverpool still concede, that's the type of thing that will push me higher in the leaderboard. We've then gone for the Chelsea boys of Enzo Fernandez and captain Cole Palmer, with Salah completing that lineup. It's a pretty nice team. I'm hoping to get in the rewards with that one. I don't know why it keeps pushing me all the way backwards, but we then go into our Division 3 team, who we have Andre Onana. So it's a bit of a United stack, this one. We've got Onana, Martinez and Diallo from United playing up against Crystal Palace. Should be a nice game. United are desperate for a result. And Crystal Palace, they're quite in form at the moment in the last couple of games, but haven't had the best season. We then have McAllister against Bournemouth. And to finish it off as captain, we have Gordon against Fulham. Moving into the La Liga teams, these are always my favourite teams, the ones I have the highest XP on, and some of the best players I've got. It's so hard because when you've got full Real Madrid and Barcelona collections, to try and put your best team together in Division 1, you also have to focus on the fact that there's going to be, well, for me, there's about 3 or 4 guys who do have 17.5% when I've only got 16.5%. Some players have 17, but some don't. So for that reason, we have gone for Courtois in goal. Then in defence, we haven't gone with Rudiger. We haven't gone with Koundé. We've gone with Ronald Araujo, who I only unfortunately have about 12.5% on because I've only just picked him up recently. Midfielder, I feel like the best one is always Bellingham, especially at the moment, smashing scores. I want to add that Barcelona and Real Madrid both have very, very nice fixtures, so they could both be very high scoring, and it ultimately will come down to who has the best of the best players. We then have Rafinha up top, who I decided to go with over Yamal, not Lamau. I don't know why I say that every week. And then we've gone Vinny Jr. back from his suspension. Fingers crossed he can bang 100. We then move into Division 2 because unfortunately we don't have 2 Division 1 teams in the Liga at the moment. We've gone for our second Courtois in goal because I don't know who's going to start in goal for Barcelona at the moment. It seems that the tables have turned and Szczesny has finally took that place. We then have Koundé in defence, Pedri in midfield and Lamine Yamal up front as captain, with Kylian Mbappe finishing off that team. I didn't put him in my top 1 because I'm curious to see how he performs now that Vinny's back. So we'll see how that goes. And then in Division 3, we've gone for Jeannot Black and Longley. Really nice fixture against, well, it's a harder fixture, but they're at home. And Atletico are quite good at keeping that clean sheet. Valverde and Rodrigo. Rodrigo's been demoted all the way back down since Vinny's come back in. If he's going to be playing on that right side again, he doesn't seem to perform as well as he does on that left side. So for that reason, he has been put in Division 3. And then we've completed this team off with Lewandowski. Moving into our next league-specific teams, we are going to the Bundesliga. Division 1, last week you saw me put the Bayern Munich boys in champion, which I was very happy about because I managed to pick a DMP, so I don't care about getting relegated from the champion teams. But we also did end up getting relegated from Division 1 Bundesliga, thanks to Dortmund being absolutely shocking. But luckily, we had a really nice Division 2 team that managed to pick us up like $120 in Division 2, and it also got us promoted. So for that reason, we've been afforded the chance to enter this competition again. We've gone for a Bayern Munich stack, and then we've chucked Florian Wirtz in there just because I am a big fan of Wirtz. Got a nice game against Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim are one of those teams, you never know how the game's going to go. They've had a pretty poor season. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. But we've gone for Manuel Neuer, Upamecano, Musiala, because I feel like he's going to start, and Elise will be on the bench. And then we've gone for Harry Kane up front, and as mentioned, Florian Wirtz. Hopefully not many people go for this kind of stack. I have high XP, but if someone's gone for the same, there's probably a chance someone else has got, 15, 16%, which should probably knock me off that top spot. We then have the Division 2 team. We've gone for Kobel in goal, Kim Min-jae. I'm worried about Kim Min-jae and Upamecano. It seems to be either or is playing at the moment, and there doesn't seem to be them both playing at the same time, especially with the congested fixture calendar. We've then gone for Kimmich as captain, Elise, who I don't think is going to start, so that's why I put him in Division 2, and Guirassy up front, who seems to only be performing in the Champions League and can't seem to do anything in the league. And then Division 4 team, this was a bit of a throwaway team. Leipzig have got a nice game against Union Berlin, but they've been struggling to keep clean sheets. Openda's back from his red card. And we've got Galashi in goal, Willy Orban, Xavi Simons as captain since he's back and he's been firing since his injury, Openda up top and Granit Xhaka to complete that team. Then moving into our final teams for the weekend, we have our champion team. Division 2, we still can't get ourselves into Division 1 and it is so frustrating. But we haven't gone full PSG, there's no point, I don't have the XP, so I wanted to switch it up. We've got Donnarumma and Hakimi from PSG, and then Ousmane Dembele. And then to switch it up, we've gone for Andre Santos, who's been having a smashing season in midfield for Strasbourg. And then Alejandro Grimaldo, on his day, one of the best players you can have for SO5. Into the second Division 2 team, we've gone for Hradecky and Jonathan Tah from Leverkusen again. Couldn't fit them in the Bundesliga side teams, so we moved them over to Champion. We then have Vitinha, captain, Griezmann up top, and Angelo Stiller against Mönchengladbach, which is going to be a hard game, which means Stiller's probably going to perform quite well getting tackles and duels won. And then moving into our Division 3 team, because we unfortunately got relegated last week. This is a very random team. We've got Ramiro and Agurd from Real Sociedad. With Amiri captain, who plays in a couple of hours. He is starting. And then Matheus Cunha, nice fixture against Aston Villa. I feel like he can definitely get a goal there. And then Brian Mbeumo in a game against Tottenham, which I see a lot of goals coming from. So guys, you would have seen over on Twitter, I am giving away a celebration Dominic Solanke. I have chucked all your guys' names in who have actually tweeted me with 350 points, or the people who tweeted me with their team but forgot to mention they got 350. If I could see quite quickly that you got the 350, I've been nice enough to chuck you in. So we have 19 entrants. Let's spin the wheel and see who the lucky person is going to be. And the winner is Adel_ALT. If you're watching the video, send me a message over on Twitter, or I will tweet you myself later on this evening. But congratulations on winning Solanke. Let's close out the video. So guys, to wrap up the video, this is one of my favourite videos to make. We finally got our first win of the season. I think that takes us to 4 podiums in the year, which is pretty insane. We want to get another first place. We want one with a high cash reward. As much as I'm happy about winning the signed shirt, we really want to hit a big £1,000 win again, as we did in the Premier League when we came second. Let me know where you guys think my best team is going to place, which one you think is going to do the best. And also, let me know your teams down below and over on Twitter, because I love to interact with you guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. It is always appreciated. And also subscribe for more content. Been uploading a lot more recently, so get involved. I'll see you on the weekend.